While we count down the last few weeks of the old season and gear up to storm the agency, we'd like to first thank Epic for all the times we've had on the old map.
Did someone say Epic?
Oh, hey, Fred. Yeah, I said Epic. Top 5 Gaming presents 20 epic Fortnite moments. And hit that sub button to tickle that mushroom thing that, flosses. Code T5G in that shop. New skins out now. And now it's time for number 20. Now, we all love that rush of adrenaline that comes from barely making it out alive after an intense fight. While it's okay to celebrate victory in certain circumstances, it is possible to take it a little too far. Luckily for this guy, his teammate came to the rescue and served justice at the perfect time, making for a hilarious instant karma moment. Who else feels like this guy may have been regretting his life choices as he fell to his demise? Number 19. When the Choppa was first added to Fortnite, I'm pretty sure we all knew the absolute chaos that would ensue from having a new aerial vehicle in the game. Even if it's been just a few weeks since it was released, I think we can all agree that the Choppa has been an extremely fun addition to Fortnite. Here we have a perfect example of an epic moment. These two guys are in the sky, battling it out with only their Choppas in a moment that looks straight out of a Transformers movie. I mean, we've even got a front row seat to spectate this disastrous engagement. In the end, though, we learned that in war, nobody truly wins. Number 18. Remember what I said about over-celebrating your victories? Well, this clip starts off with a respectable 1000 IQ play. Man just tossed those nades straight down the lighthouse and already knew that he'd secure the elimination. Unfortunately for him, he didn't end up thinking his plan all the way through and ended up destroying the whole tower and eliminating himself. Poor guy. Number 17. Over the years, we've seen countless Fortnite trick shots, but I think it's safe to say that this shot is one of those that'll leave you speechless. I mean, I can barely even hit a noscope. I don't know how you guys do these things.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Jack! Oh my god! 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 Oh my god, dude!
The amount of precision and timing that went into all 4 of the crash pad jumps is already impressive on its own. But when you combine that with the 160-meter distance, you've got to give this guy props. Number 16. At some point in all of our Fortnite careers, we reach that point where just shooting the enemies isn't as fun anymore, and it's at this point that those high-level creative plays start to be made. With all 3 of his teammates eliminated, Casper knew that he had to make big moves to get out of his situation alive. Rather than cranking 90s or W-keying his enemies, he lured them right into his C4 trap, and it worked out amazing. Number 15. If you somehow haven't already heard, the creep-in cardboard item is a not-so-subtle reference to one of Solid Snake's most iconic tactics from the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Unlike these guys, most players know how to keep a close eye on any random cardboard boxes around the map, as there might just be an enemy creeping inside. But here's what happens to the less observant.
¡Ya! Ya llevo 3, gente.
Number 14. We've all hit an insane sniper shot at least once in our time of playing Fortnite. But how many of you can say that you've sniped a gliding enemy in the middle of a pro scrim while you're boosting in a moving motorboat?
Team launching over lazier now. Oh my god! Bro! Holy 494 meters, dude.
The amount of mental calculations that this dude did would make any math teacher proud. Number 13. During those intense final moments of each match, one of the worst feelings is losing high ground against your opponent. And when this happens, you're usually put into a pretty instant disadvantage. Now, you might be thinking,
just build Top 5 Gaming.
But as Dr. Stump perfectly demonstrates in this clip, with a little bit of luck and a whole lot of confidence, you can swiftly one-pump your enemy, well, as long as they grapple you straight up to them. Oh my god! That's a clip! That's a clip! Number 12. Even if we blame it on lag sometimes, I think most of us can admit that we've been outplayed. Just after his teammate got eliminated, our friend Shamari here decided to get revenge in one of the coolest ways possible. Man walked into the fight with full confidence despite not even having a single weapon in his inventory. He struck at the perfect moment, boogie bombing the enemy and preventing them from pulling their glider after using the launch pad. Even if it's a little scary, his mad scientist laughter afterwards was completely deserved. Well played, my guy. Number 11. When you're pinned down by a pesky sniper, you're left with very few options for getting out of a situation, most of which are super risky plays. It's these moments that you're forced to think outside of the box and pull off epic plays that some of us can't even imagine making. I mean, who needs a sniper when you've got a crash pad and a dream? Am I right? Number 10. In a game like Fortnite, you gotta make the most of every second. One wrong move and you're sent back to the lobby. Not only does this guy have an instant reaction and grapple over the enemy, dodging the incoming rocket by an inch, but he also manages to somehow snap around 180 degrees and land a perfect game-ending quickscope. Dude on the ground barely even had time to turn around, much less a chance to react. You can't even be upset about a play like this. You just gotta take it on the chin and admit that you've been outplayed. Number 9. I've got a challenge for you guys. Name something more epic than Travis Scott soaring through the skies on a rocket. I'll wait. The only thing that could make this clip even better is if sicko mode was playing in the background. Talk about reviving your teammate in style. Number 8. One of the most underrated abilities of the Bandage bazooka is that you can actually shoot your teammates mid-fight to keep them healed in a high-pressure situation. This functionality allows for clutch moments in the storm when you just don't have the time to pop a medkit or bandages. Ty Welch's teammate effortlessly executes this strategy in our next clip. Ty knocks one guy, finishes another down enemy, and right before he can eliminate his last target, he eats a shot and is knocked down to super low HP. Right when it looks like all hope for this clutch is lost, his teammate emerges from outside the storm and hits him with the bandage gun right at the last second. That is just, dare I say, epic. Number 7. One of the most common misconceptions that people who don't play Fortnite have is that you don't need to be good at aiming. And while Epic has experimented with the bloom system over the years, one thing's for certain, shotgun spread is deadly. Or at least it can be. For me, I hit like 16 damage. Yep. Man was in an intense 1v3 situation and had to give up high ground just to line up some heads and take out 3 enemies with a single shot.
Oh! Holy sh! Holy sh! No way!
While there's undoubtedly some serious skill going on here, it's crazy to think about how lucky he was that the pellets from the shotgun perfectly hit every target. I would have loved to hear the enemy team's reaction to this play. Number 6. With the random nature of Fortnite's loot system, you either hunt or become the hunted. But when you're given grenades off of spawn, you're definitely at a disadvantage against any nearby enemies. Unless you're this guy. Then all you gotta do is Kobe 3 nades and watch their world burn. This might just be the cleanest grenade play we've ever seen. Number 5. We've all seen those mind-blowing trick shots using items that you forgot were even in the game, but let's take it back to the basics for a moment and appreciate this smooth no-scope from the sky limit. Man built ramps to the sky limit just to accidentally fall off and have his trick shot attempt ruined.
Wait, watch this, watch.
Luckily for him, that seconds of airtime allowed him to line things up perfectly and ended up leading to an even more unique shot. Way to make the best of a bad situation. Number 4. As Fortnite's meta evolves, we tend to build muscle memory around the various items within a game. A perfect example of this is the Grappler. When you're fighting an enemy out of the circle and hear them use the Grappler, it's safe to assume that they've begun to rotate, right? Think again. By shooting the grappler at the ground, this guy tricked the enemy into letting down their guard, only to absolutely destroy them soon after.
See?
This one is seriously such a high IQ play.
Trying to bait the grappler. You saw what he did right there? That was calculated. He shot the floor with the grappler so that player could think he probably disengaged down the mountain, and it's going to work. The guard was let down. So well played, so calculated. This is what I like about him.
Number 3, Fortnite ziplines are a high-risk, high-reward mechanic, kind of like using a launch pad. While they can get you from point to point in little time, you're left completely exposed, waiting to be sniped out of the air. However, you can drop off or switch directions at any point, which makes things a little safer, if you can make the right plays. But even with these solutions, sometimes it's best to put all of your faith into your ability to aim and take that potentially life-saving shot.
Shots. Oh, no, can't shot. No way. No way.
This was a great play, but I feel bad for the teammate who got knocked off of the zipline just because this man was hogging it up for the play of the game. Number 2. If you ask me, despite the love-hate relationship in the community, the Choppa has been one of Epic's best additions to the game in a long time. It's perfect for rotating, hitting crazy trick shots, and even causing some of the most entertaining moments. As fun as the Choppa is, though, you've got to be careful around it. I mean, some of you know this all too well, but the Choppa tends to boop you if you get too close to it. But if you got superhuman luck, on the other hand, like our friend Wolfman here, then there's no need to worry.
Oh!
Man got yeeted off the barn, and just when we all thought he was done for, he somehow lands perfectly in the haystack. Incredible stuff. And your number 1 spot. They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This phrase is proven true time and time again. But let's take a look at a perfect example of it. If you look closely, this man actually knocked the teammate of the guy he was aiming for. Talk about perfect timing. Poor guy doesn't even know what hit him. Imagine if both of the targets lined up and he managed to take them out with a single shot. Come on, Epic. We need collateral damage for snipers. The plays would be insane. Come on. Was the video epic? Did you epic? This is 20 most epic Fortnite moments. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and check out this other one. I'll see you guys over there. And stay safe out there. This has been Sam from Top 5 Gaming. Keep it right here. And now it's time for bonus meme. Or wait, do we have time for bonus meme? Yes! I wasn't talking to you, Fred.